Hi everybody, this is Karen with 2020 Hot Priestess, and I am restarting the video. I've already prayed, got my Palo Santo going to cleanse the space, and I started a video, and these angel cards have some naked body parts. So I pulled one and I had to take it back, so I'm going to start all over. Here we go. Please advise. Okay, and it came out. This one appears to be okay. This one is freedom. Okay, freedom. And I'm going to read about it. It's card number 32, which breaks down to a 5. 5 relates to change, amongst other things. 32. Okay, freedom. And I'm going to use my other glasses because they're clearer. Okay, so here we go. Freedom. Stone walls do not poison make, nor iron bars a cage. Minds innocent and quiet take that from an hermitage. If I have freedom in my love and in my soul, If I have freedom in my love and in my soul am free, angels alone that soar above enjoy such liberty. Richard Lovelace to Athila from prison. Okay. Nisarok is known as the great eagle. His flight into the heavens is a symbol of freedom. And I imagine that Nisarok is an angel. I don't know. On the physical level, there is freedom to travel where you want and be safe from harm, to be able to say what you feel and make choices for yourself. As you go deeper into your awareness, freedom becomes the ability to feel the unconditional love of the eternal. Freedom is an inner knowing of who you are and why you are here. You feel balanced, secure, and well-loved, free from the shackles of guilt, fear, unworthiness, anger, jealousy. In their place are love, compassion, and wisdom. You follow the call of your eternal self as you finally begin the work you came here to do. Death no longer has a grip on you. Instead, the thought of leaving your body behind brings an incredible rapture as waves upon waves of love carry you home. Yet, you are joyous to stay here and serve as long as the divine desires. Now, there's more to that, but there was so much said there. I want to just channel a little bit of information that's coming to me. So let me go back. Okay, so it talked about freedom being, you're free when you're feeling love and joy and happiness, and you're grounded, basically. You're not anxious, you're not jealous, you're not in fear. There's an absence of fear when you're free. You can't be free and have fear because the two are antiposed. So if you're constantly worried and allowing yourself to be fear-driven, then you're not really free. And what you want to do is to look deeper, dig deeper into why you're here and what you're here to do. And good ways to do that are to commune with nature, to pray and ask your higher self or God or whomever it is that you believe in to help you understand and define what it is that you're here to do, and to align yourself with that. Because when you're not aligned, you're always worried. You're always creating dis-ease, aka disease, cancer, liver problems, eye problems, just issues with your physicality because you are in dis-ease, okay? And the all dis-ease, I'm not a doctor, this is for entertainment purposes only, but my opinion is all dis-ease stems from us not knowing and living in alignment with the purpose that we came here to perform. We're not living in alignment with our higher self. So you know that you're free when you're aligned or when you're getting close to it. You know, God or your higher self or your intuition will let you know. You'll get this peace that comes over you. You'll get this grounded feeling, and you really aren't jealous of anyone anymore. You're more concerned about how can you serve, how can you make this world a better place versus how can you put yourself above somebody. So if you think that putting yourself above somebody or being higher or greater than somebody is the way to be free, then you're sadly mistaken. I'm sorry to say, you know, it's not. It's an illusion, a delusion. A lot of people on this planet are in illusion and delusion. And you know because you don't feel at peace in your body. You don't feel healthy. You don't feel vital. There's a drain because all negativity drains your vital energy. It drains your creative ability. It drains your self-confidence. So sometimes we have to do work on ourselves because a lot of us weren't just brought up in the perfect home, if there's any such of a thing. For me, for example, I was brought up from about 11 to 16 in a household with a crazy person, an addicted, narcissistic, crazy person who would, every chance he got, demean me, tell me that I wasn't this and I wasn't that, and say that it was reverse psychology. Bullshit. It was him seeking to control and dominate me. And that's all it was. It was demonic. It was evil. And in the end, you know, God bless him. He's dead. He's gone. But God bless him, because I'm not there holding any of that against him or anybody else who has their demons live, you know, in action. I mean, Lord knows I've had mine, and I do have mine, but I hold my demons in check, and I try my best to release all of that negative, evil energy, because I know that it doesn't serve my purpose. My purpose is here to serve the collective, is here to communicate wisdom and guidance and help people to come up out of whatever hellhole that was dug for them, that they fell into, whether they dug it themselves or someone did it for them, and you unknowingly fell into it, you know. But I said, and I talked about that experience growing up for a reason, because when I got older, I noticed that, you know, the effects of all of that time being brainwashed, being told that I was no good, that I wasn't going to make it, whatever. And I mean, literally day in, day out. All of that was still with me. And it was unconscious. It was in my subconscious. Now, I knew that I was a good person at heart, or at least I felt that way. But I also felt like I didn't have confidence. I would have anxiety attacks. And just having to meet someone and say hello, I would get an anxiety attack and my stomach would knot up. Because I was so self-conscious, because I was so damaged, for lack of a better word, emotionally, and in terms of how I help my own self. So it was really difficult. It was really hard for me to break out of that. And I'm still working on it to this day. I'm a work in progress. I like to say I'm a work in progress. And I think we all are. But there's levels to this shit. There's levels to our healing. There's levels to healing all of that damage, all of that stuff that was programmed and laid into us that didn't necessarily serve, or maybe it did serve at one point, but now it does not. So there's levels of healing. We're never really complete here in the 3D. We're always going to the next level of healing, the next level of ascension is what my belief is. So don't ever give up on yourself. Like I said in another video, I used to, there's this book by Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life, or You Can Heal Yourself. Louise Hay, Hay Publishing House, I think it's who produces it. It's very old, and it's a classic. It's a classic book, and I recommend anybody who's had a concerning past and has problems with self-esteem or how you view yourself, even if you don't think that you do, but your results are not where you want them to be, I would highly recommend you get Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life book. It really helped me a lot, some of the exercises in the book. So enough on that. So we're not all the same. We're not all on the same level. We're all functioning at different levels right here in the 3D. And unfortunately, a lot of times the ego will get in the way and make you think that you're better, or that this person is less than, or not deserving. Be careful of that. Be very careful of how you judge and who you judge. My recommendation is to focus on your damn self and leave everybody else to their damn selves. That's my recommendation, because when you do that, you start to grow. You stop comparing yourself with other people. You stop trying to outdo other people or to get ahead of other people. Those kinds of behaviors are extremely toxic and not really going to lead you to a stable long-term solution to what it is that you're seeking. Unless you're just seeking stuff for the short term, that, and you're willing to give up your long-term stability, your health, your wealth in the long term for the short-term gratification. If you know that and you're willing and ready to accept those consequences, then go the fuck for it. Who am I to get in the way? But if you ask most people with a halfway sane mind, they will let you know that they want long-term stability. They want to be able to feel free, all right, and to be of value and not to have to be anxious or whatever. Most people want these things. Most people don't know how to get there, and a lot of people don't do the work. They know that there's work to be done, but they won't do it. And so they prefer to settle for the short term out of laziness, out of sloth, S-L-O. I don't know how to spell sloth, like the animal, the sloth, that big old animal that moves around real slow, like that. So I'm not that person. I am full of fire and I'm full of action. Even in my elder years, I am very, very fiery. And so there's not a lot of sloth in me. And I challenge myself every day to challenge myself, to get out of my comfort zone, to move, to exercise, to meditate, to do spiritual rituals, to do salt baths, to do protection over myself. And every day I learn something. Every day I do the work. And that's what's necessary in order to be free. You have to break out of the chains of the cobwebs of the past, of society. You have to break out of the opinions of your family, of the tribe, of what other people think. I'm not saying that their opinions are not valuable. What I'm saying is that yours is more valuable, and what's true for you may not be true for them. And the only way that you'll know is if you take on this commitment to improving your life and doing the work, going inward. Because none of the answers are on the outside. So far, I think I've said enough about this card. I'm going to move on. I hope that little diatribe supported someone. Someone could relate. And if not, oh, okay. Only take what works. I'm here to bring up different possibilities. I may ruffle some feathers. Forgive me if I do, but if you tuned in, it's because you wanted your feathers ruffled. So don't come at me. I'm just saying. So we've got laser focus. So if you put freedom and laser focus, it's going to take laser focus, what I'm hearing, in order to excavate yourself out of the comfort, the trap of being comfortable. It's like you're hypnotized. It's like you allow your attention to go wherever the distractions are. It could be your phone, it could be the computer, it could be your husband, it could be your children, but at some point you're going to have to clearly define some time for yourself, some me time, some me and God time for yourself, between you and God, between you and your ancestors, so that you can become familiar with them and they with you, and that you can start to connect, build a connection in spirit, all right? And that will support you in becoming free and learning who it is that you fully are and what your capabilities are. I don't know what all of mine are. I've learned a lot, but I'm sure I'm still discovering. There's this thing called Akashic Records. And that is all of the records. It's like a book of all of your lives that you've lived forever, going back through past to now, and maybe even going to the future, because time is not static. It's not like now is something that is just now. It exists within a context that could be considered circular. For all I know, it could be that now could be, you could pick now out of, if past, present, and future were in a circle, you could go and pick any one out and experience it. That's what time is like. Time is not linear. It's interdimensional. Okay? And that is just my perception and my belief and my experience. Now, if you disagree, or if you have issues with that, or if you've never heard of anything like that, go look up the concept and see what you find, and, judge it for yourself. But just because you hear a concept that's not familiar to you, and don't just dismiss it. I would advise to investigate, do your own investigation, and come to your own conclusion, but don't ignorantly just dismiss things because you've never heard them before, because your ego is telling you, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, oh, this, oh, that, oh, that. No. That very well may be your limiting conversation that has kept you where you are up until now. And maybe what needs to change is just the simple conversation of being open and learning other things, other concepts. Okay? I'm going to pull another card. I feel really preachy today. Forgive me. I'm not trying to be, but I feel very strongly about limiting beliefs and egoic people. They get on my nerves. Okay, so here we go. Third eye. The third eye card came out. Indigo, royal blue is the color. Intuition, insight, and spiritual awareness. And then, let's see. It transcends duality. The I separate from the rest of the world. Okay, so in this 3D world, I appear to be separate from you. We all appear to be separate, but that is not, in fact, what is happening. What is happening is that we're very solidly defined in our 3D bodies, but technically all we are is energy, very tightly held in this physicality, but still yet energy, and energy interblends and interweaves with other energies. So we all technically are one. It's like a fabric that has the crochet design on it, or this on it. So this is the fabric. This is the design. Well, the design is the person, for example. And then there'll be another design, like on the back of my thing, there's another design. You can't see it, but that's another person. But it's all part of this one fabric. We all are one in that sense. The energies do intermingle, no matter how little or how much they intermingle. Our perception of the energetic intermingling is not there. It's not developed for most people. You can't see energetically for most people. Some people can, but most people cannot. But physics knows that we are all one. They can prove it now. So anyway, the third eye meditation, third eye is right about here, and doing meditation to open your third eye to see more of what it is above the 3D could be very important to discovering and working with your guides and angels, working with your ancestors in terms of creating new possibilities and seeing things differently in this 3D, seeing more possibilities that will lead you to a higher perspective that you would be more in alignment with, that your mind, body, and spirit would be more in alignment with, is what they're saying. If you meditate, if you do things to open your third eye. Now, I'm not saying just go out there and just do something. Be careful. Be mindful of who you allow to support you in that, because there are a lot of people who do dark magic who would love to have access, especially if you have a lot of vitality, a lot of energy. They would love to take it. And if they know you're on a spiritual quest and you don't know a lot and you don't know how to protect yourself, it's possible that they could link into your third eye, link into your spirit in a way that creates illusions, or in a way that drains you. You know, spiritual vampires do exist out here in these streets, okay? Make no mistake about it. Okay, so enough of that. I'm on the angel kick today, y'all. So the next set of cards is the angel oracle cards. They look like this. Spirit, please advise, what else do I need to let the collective know at this date and time? What is the practicality? What is the thing that we could, like, laser focus on that would allow us to gain results quickly, or know that we're making progress, because sometimes we make progress and we're not aware of it. And this says crystal clear intentions. So when we're going about doing our spiritual work, when we're going about breaking the chains that hold us, the addictions, the limiting conversations, the limiting beliefs, the toxic behaviors, the being jealous, or allowing our egos to take control because we're really feeling small. When we are going about doing those things, we need to be very clear about what it is that we want to create, what we're after. And notice if it's your ego, talking, or if it's your true self talking, because there is a difference. The ego always speaks from fear, lack, and not enough. Your higher self speaks from abundance, grace, and wisdom, is what I'm hearing. So clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith and laser focus. And use your third eye. And know that you can be free. Understand it takes faith. It takes practice. It takes work. And the work is well worth it, because in the end, you're creating a dynamic that is going to break all of the change that you experience. All of these iron bars are going to fall. They're going to just crumble like the Matrix. Because ultimately, we are mind. Everything is what we got up here. So if you can control your mind enough to be laser focused, enough to focus on your intention and nothing but your intention. A lot of times it takes a coach, and I am a coach. And if you'd like to have my services, do, email me and we can work something out. But I found that coaching was very helpful and is very helpful, excuse me. Coaching allows you to see what you can't see. What you're in, like swimming in in a specific water, and you can't see the color of the water because you're in it. But if you get someone to coach you, they can tell you, hey, that water is green and you said you wanted red, so swim a little to the left, swim a little to the right, do this, do that. That's the value of a coach. And it helps you, even though you have laser focus, you could be laser focused all you want, but if you're swimming in the wrong direction, it's not going to help. So I would highly recommend you consider getting a coach to support you in your spiritual journey. One that you trust, one that has been doing some work for some time, and pray on it. Ask Spirit to guide you to someone who is that for you. It may just be you can't afford a coach right now, and so you use these YouTube videos. Well, find somebody on YouTube who you resonate with, who you connect with, and use them. Use the advice, use the coaching. It won't be as great as one-on-one or live coaching, but it is available. Eventually, what I'm going to do is create a coaching program where there's a group coaching, because it's much more economical and time-saving for me and for other people. It's economical when you are in a group coach. And in a group coach, because we're all one, there's no coincidence who's going to be in that group. There are going to be people who come together that are going to be able to serve one another. That it may be in a way that initially you resist or that you would not normally accept, the personalities or the group dynamic, but the group dynamic is there because you attracted these people in a group to support and help you to grow, and vice versa. And my position as a coach in that group would be to support you guys in seeing what you can't see and use the group dynamic to help you explore and investigate and focus on what it is that will align you to your highest potential. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. All right. I think we're pretty much finished. I do want to use my crystal deck to just see what crystals you could work with around this freedom, enhancing vibe. Prosperity. Wow. It is in the middle of this card is a green garnet. And then it looks like, let's see, it looks like, what kind of crystals are there? That, oh, and it's number 20, which immediately I get, this is going to be a work with your partner. This is going to be for those of you who have partners. Maybe it's going to be a group of people who have partners and want to grow spiritually in their relationship with their partners. That's what I'm getting here. This and that there's going to be prosperity that comes from that. But this is celestite, celestite quartz, and optical calcite. Those are the stones in this grid. And a crystal grid is built to emanate a specific intention, a specific focus. And this focus is prosperity. And because it's the number 2 card, I say it has to do with building within a relationship, within committed relationships, not just any relationship, but building within a committed couple's relationship. And here we go. Your guides are communicating with you now. Celestite helps you work with your higher chakras to enable you to communicate with your spirit guides. It brings calm and direction when you are in need. Your guides are always there no matter what the circumstances, and they are here to help you now. If ever we ask for help, it is always given. You also need to listen to hear the answers. Spirit sends messages in many ways. They can be very subtle, just like the subtle color of the stone. Discover how Spirit communicates with you. Do you hear things? Do you just know things? You may see you may see or smell certain things, or just receive images or words in your head. It is different for everyone, but the important thing for you is to trust in what you receive and how you receive it. In order for you to receive any information or help, you must also be open to receive. Take notice of whether you don't like to accept help when offered from people. Are you the kind of person who tends to just push through alone and never let on that you are in need of help? Are you skeptical of anything? How do you take compliments? This may be an indication that you are not open to receive. Many people are good at giving but not receiving. If you are the type to always give of yourself but feel drained a lot by all of your efforts, it may be time for you to open yourself to receiving. How do you do this? Say the affirmation until you firmly believe it. I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving. Allow yourself to receive from others. Allow the help that you ask for to be given to you. Spirit has much wisdom if we only allow ourselves to receive. That is a perfect summation of this whole reading. Be open. Notice where you are not open, and commit to being open so that you can connect with your guides, with your spirit, so that they can help you laser focus, so they can help you have clarity and freedom and break those spiritual chains. All right, people? It's been awesome. I hope that somebody out there got something out of this. And I ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel amazingly. And it is great for the flow of abundance for you and for me. I appreciate you. Namaste.